Hello, how's it going, everybody? Today we shall be jumping into Psalms chapter 34. For the recap, pretty much the same thing has been going on, right? We've been having prayers from David, we've been having praises from David, and that's pretty much what we've been seeing, and it makes sense, right? They're psalms, they're songs, right? And what do we sing about? We sing praises. So it works. So today we're jumping into 34. This one is headed the happiness of those who trust in God. And this is another psalm of David.
Psalm 34, a psalm of David when he pretended
Whoops, I don't get the text up on screen here for you. Let me back it up.
Psalm 34, a psalm of David when he pretended madness before Abimelech, who drove him away, and he departed.
I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make its boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear of it and be glad. Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked to him, and were radiant, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried out, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps all around those who fear him, and delivers them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in him. O fear the Lord, you his saints. There is no want to those who fear him. The young lions lack and suffer hunger, but those who seek the Lord shall not lack any good thing. Come, you children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. Who is the man who desires life and loves many days that he may see good? Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth.
Right?
The righteous
We saw
cry.
that literally cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. God wanted all the surrounding nations who followed some sort of paganism to be wiped away. He didn't want that spreading into Israel at all. Unfortunately, it did, because they didn't follow through with what God had said. But that is what God's intent was, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth.
Cry out, and the Lord hears, and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near to those who have a broken heart, and saves such as have a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. He guards all his bones. Not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous shall be condemned. The Lord redeems the soul of his servants, and none of those who trust in him shall be condemned.
But sometimes trusting in God is hard, right? A lot of times we want to take control of the decisions in our lives, and putting that trust, even though it's so simple, it can be hard. It can be challenging.
Psalm 35, a psalm of David.
Plead my cause, O Lord, with those who strive with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and stand up for my help.
A buckler is just like a little shield.
Also, draw out the spear, and stop those who pursue me. Say to my soul, I am your salvation. Let those be put to shame and brought to dishonor who seek after my life. Let those be turned back and brought to confusion who plot my hurt. Let them be like chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord pursue them. For without cause, they have hidden their net for me in a pit, which they have dug without cause for my life. Let destruction come upon him unexpectedly, and let his net that he has hidden catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. And my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. All my bones shall say, Lord, who is like you, delivering the poor from him who is too strong for him, yes, the poor and the needy from him who plunders him?
What's up with the music?
Fierce witnesses rise up. They ask me things that I do not know. They reward me evil for good, to the sorrow of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled myself with fasting, and my prayer would return to...
Let me pause it here real quick. Who are they talking about? All my bones shall say, Lord, who is like you, delivering the poor from him who is too strong for him? Yes, the poor and the needy from him who plunders him. Fierce witnesses rise up. They ask me things that I do not know. So these fierce witnesses, they reward me evil for good, to the sorrow of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. So who are these fierce witnesses who rose up? Let's read what my Bible's got to say. 35:11. The psalmist begins his second cycle of petition with reference to a treacherous witness, to treacherous witnesses, like the false witnesses in the story of Jezebel and Naboth in 1 King 21. The actions of these witnesses are even more shameful because they had received the help of the psalmist in their own times of need. We're going to see this coming up here, but it's saying they rejoiced. What does that mean? The ferocity of these witnesses is appalling. The psalmist finds that they are like animals in the way they treat him, rejoicing that troubles have come upon him. Oh, yeah, that's no good.
Evil for good, to the sorrow of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled myself with fasting, and my prayer would return to my own heart. I paced about as though he were my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily, as one who mourns for his mother. But in my adversity, they rejoiced and gathered together. Attackers gathered against me, and I did not know it. They tore at me and did not cease. With ungodly mockers at feasts, they gnashed at me with their teeth. Lord, how long will you look on? Rescue me.
I'm going to take that as figuratively, like, speaking out against him and all that stuff.
Instructions, my precious life from the lions. I will give you thanks in the great assembly. I will praise you among many people. Let them not rejoice over me, who are wrongfully my enemies. Nor let them wink with the eye, who hate me without a cause. For they do not speak peace, but they devise deceitful matters against the quiet ones in the land. They also opened their mouth wide against me and said, Aha, aha, our eyes have seen it. This you have seen, O Lord. Do not keep silence. O Lord, do not be far from me. Stir up yourself and awake to my vindication, to my cause, my God and my Lord. Vindicate me, O Lord, my God, according to your righteousness, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, "Ah, so we would have it." Let them not say, "We have swallowed him up." Let them be ashamed and brought to mutual confusion who rejoice at my hurt. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonor who exalt themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad who favor my righteous cause. And let them say continually, "Let the Lord be magnified, who has pleasure in the prosperity of his servant." And my tongue shall speak of your righteousness and of your praise all the day long.
See, again, as we were talking about yesterday, we are seeing a lot of these people praying to God. Well, here we're talking about David. When they ask for something, they're making a case, right? David is saying, please God, do this, right? First he laid the ground, like, okay, this is my situation, and these are what these people are doing, okay? They're not good, right? We established that. So therefore, could you please do this and this and this to them? Make sure this is the outcome. And if you do so, I will speak of your righteousness and praise and of your praise all the day long. Right? He's making a case, like he's speaking to God, like, it's so it makes it more, I don't know, it's easier to deal with in your mind, you can think, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like if you're thinking God to be, something that you can't comprehend at all. Like I was saying, God already knows exactly what you're thinking, so why even pray? But here, it seems like they probably believe that God doesn't know what you're thinking. It might not understand your situation. You have to come to him. You have to tell him. You have to, explain yourself, and right? Probably. Because I don't know, just probably another point of argument on that side is God anointed King Saul, and then he said he regretted that decision later on, right? So that means God didn't know, and if he didn't know, then he probably doesn't know your personal struggles, in the sense that, or maybe he does and he just wants you to come forward with it. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Because the way David's praying is very different than the way I've heard anybody pray today, where you're promising God you will do something for him. Like, do this for me and I will do this for you. I haven't heard anybody pray like that today. Yeah, let me know. I mean, I guess we can try out praying like this and see the effectiveness, see how it works. That would be a good experiment. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section. Where's 36? There we go.
Psalm 36, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord.
An oracle within my heart concerning the transgression of the wicked. There is no fear of God before his eyes, for he flatters himself in his own eyes when he finds out his iniquity and when he hates. The words of his mouth are wickedness and deceit. He has ceased to be wise and to do good. He devises wickedness on his bed. He sets himself in a way that is not good. He does not abhor evil. Your mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the clouds. Your righteousness is like the great mountains. Your judgments are a great deep. O Lord, you preserve man and beast. How precious is your loving kindness, O God. Therefore, the children of men put their trust under the shadow of your wings. They are abundantly satisfied with the fullness of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your pleasures. For with you is the fountain of life. In your light we see light. Oh, continue your loving kindness to those who know you, and your righteousness to the upright in heart. Let not the foot of pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked drive me away. There the workers of iniquity have fallen. They have been cast down and are not able to rise.
This is interesting. Like this gives. That's why I like Psalm so far. It's like it's giving us a window into David's mind, and we're seeing that he constantly always reminds himself of God's majesty and his power, and how much God has done for him and his people. And he's constantly reminding himself of the greatness of God and the difference between God and man. And always talking about, and he's always mentioning what he can do. You know? Like behavior, in his behavior. That's cool. Like he was always like, it seems like he's constantly aware of his relationship with God and how he should behave and how it should be treated and respected and all that.
Psalm 37, a Psalm of David.
Do not fret because of evildoers, nor be envious of the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and feed on his faithfulness. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your justice.
Right? A lot of times we get caught up. We get caught up in how we should do, what we should do, looking at other people, making sure, we get so fixated on on the details. And sometimes it gets overwhelming and we don't know what to do. But what David is saying is, look at the big picture. Focus on God. Do right by God. And he will deliver you. That takes faith. That takes trust. That's what I was saying earlier. Trusting in God is so important. It is so simple, but it's so hard. It's hard to do. It's not an easy thing. Man. Because we have the tendency to try and take control of everything. Try and control our lives. Try and make sure we have all the information to make these decisions. I mean, it's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But sometimes we have to surrender to God and let him direct our paths. I don't even know how to do that. Like, how do you, That's why it's hard. It's simple. The concept is simple. But it's hard. It's hard.
And he shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth your righteousness.
Like, how do you know when how do you know when he'll bring it to pass? And if he's bringing it to pass, how do you recognize that he is? That'll only happen if you commit your way to the Lord, have a relationship with him, trust in him. Right? You would need to have your strong relationship with God in order to trust him, because you can trust in him, but how do you know you're trusting in him if you don't know who he is? So it's like, it's simple. The steps are there. It's laid out. It's just, it's challenging.
And he shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your justice as the noonday. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who brings wicked schemes to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Do not fret. It only causes harm. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those who wait on the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall be no more. Indeed, you will look carefully for his place, but it shall...
Okay. For evildoers shall be cut off, but for those who wait on the Lord, so ask God, trust in him, and wait for his response. Wait for him to lead. Don't get impatient and try and take control, you know? You have to be patient. Those people will inherit the earth. So those people God was going to bless because they waited for his direction. They were patient and they trusted in God's plan.
Be no more, but the meek shall inherit the earth.
The meek. Right? Someone who is meek would sit back, trust, listen, you know? So you'll inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall be no more. This is reminding me of the Beatitudes. Indeed, you will look carefully for his place, but it shall be no more. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Of course you're going to have. Of course you're going to be at peace, right? Because you're following God's plan for you. This is what you were meant to do. That's the ultimate peace, I would imagine, right? Like finding your purpose, or anything, any decision that you're making, right? You know it's the right thing, so you'll be at peace with it because this is what God has intended for you to do. Dang, that's crazy. It's like right there. It's so simple. You just have to do it. And it's going to take, that's the thing. It's so simple, you'd expect, dang, it's simple, therefore it should be fast. I should get fast results. Therefore, I should, it's simple, therefore, I'll pray about it, ask God, trust, and then I should get a response. No, it's simple, but it's going to take time. You have to be, where was it? You have to be patient. But those who wait on the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. So you need to build this relationship with God, which is going to take time. And once you have this relationship, you'll be able to recognize when he's speaking, when he's not speaking. So when you can trust in God because you know him. And when he does speak, you'll know it's him speaking because you sometimes when you pray and then hear something, you're like, dang, is it just me? That's just me thinking it? Or is it God speaking to me and stuff like that? You would know if you had the relationship. You'll be able to recognize the voice. So yeah, it may be simple, but it's going to take time.
But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plots against the just, and gnashes at him with his teeth. The Lord laughs at him, for he sees that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn the sword and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, to slay those who are of upright conduct. Their sword shall enter their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little that a righteous man has is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The Lord knows the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord, like the splendor of the meadows, shall vanish. Into smoke they shall vanish away. The wicked borrows and does not repay, but the righteous shows mercy and gives. For those blessed by him shall inherit the earth, but those cursed by him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. I have been young, and now am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken.
Okay, this is cool. We're getting a little bit of a timeline when David is writing this, when he's old.
Righteous forsaken, nor his descendants begging bread. He is ever merciful and lends, and his descendants are blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loves justice, and does not forsake his saints. They are preserved forever, but the descendants of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell in it forever. The mouth of the righteous speaks wisdom, and his tongue talks of justice. The law of his God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watches the righteous, and seeks to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a native green tree. Yet he passed away, and behold, he was no more. Indeed, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the blameless man, and observe the upright, for the future of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The future of the wicked shall be cut off, but the salvation of the righteous is from the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble, and the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him.
So that's so important. Just trusting in God. Because to trust God, the prerequisites of that, there's a lot of prerequisites to just that. So it may seem simple, just trust in God, but I mean, it is simple. It's just a lot. It takes time. It takes time. I just wanted to see wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a native green tree. So you shouldn't be discouraged when you see the wicked, prospering. Right? This is something Job was struggling with. When you're seeing the wicked prospering, understand that, that's not permanent. When they are cut off, you'll see. Yet he passed away, and behold, he was no more. Indeed, I sought him, but he could not be found. The wicked. He's gone. Mark the blameless man and observe the upright, for the future of that man is peace. And the use of the word blameless, it reminds me of Job also, because God said Job was a blameless man. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The future of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is from the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble, and the Lord shall help them and deliver them. And he shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him. Yeah, man, that's what we have to aim for, that trust. That's going to be it for today. We just finished chapter 37. Tomorrow, we'll jump into chapter 38 with a prayer. Prayer in the time of chastening. And then another prayer on 39. Yeah, man, that's a lot. That's a lot of what these psalms are. It's they're prayers, praise songs, and they're either prayers, songs of praise, songs of reflection. And I think that's pretty much like the main three we've been seeing. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about today's reading. Tomorrow we'll jump into chapter 38 with that prayer. And hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys then, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.